Chapter 7. Foal Sitting.
What? These sweet little angels? There'll be no problem at all.
Day 6. Time? Approximately 9 p.m. Location? Tunneltown, Big 52, North Branch. Trigger Happy had been a guard for a good half of her life, and she was pretty sure she'd seen everything that could try to go through the Tunneltown gates. Tonight, the mayor had to admit that she had been wrong. But the fact that all of her guards were cowering behind her because of a foal in a funny costume was still upsetting.
All right, scaredy ponies. I'm taking this one. Just relax, and for the sake of my sorry tale, don't shoot blindly.
The unicorn mare stepped out of the guard post and trotted toward the yellow filly, who was surrounded by an eerie pink light.
Okay, that's close enough. Stop right there and tell me what the hey you are.
Trigger didn't actually expect the foal to comply, but when she sat down, the guard chief felt a little relief wash over her. The strange pony rose a hoof and waved it.
Hi, I'm Puppysmiles. Have you seen my mom?
Trigger Happy frowned.
Puppysmiles, as in Puppysmiles the ghost?
I'm not a ghost. I'm a filly.
Protested the foal. She was carrying something long and red strapped on her back. It didn't seem like a weapon, but nonetheless it was quite large.
Let me guess. You zoomed all the way from Salt Cube City through the marshes on a red racer?
Puppy giggled.
Nope. I had to trot a bit because the fat unicorn was super boringly slow.
The who now? No, wait. On second thought, I don't care.
Trigger sighed.
Now, I'm coming over. You just don't do anything, ghostly.
For a moment, the mare turned her head toward the guard post, just to meet 3 pairs of eyes that were carefully hiding behind the barricade. One of her guards waved a white little banner around for a second. She really wished for a crew that wasn't so stupid, and then trotted towards Puppysmiles.
Hi, you're pretty, Miss Pretty Pony. What's your name?
The foal smiled her friendliest smile.
It's just a filly with a pair of glowing eyes, probably caused by a mild case of radiation poisoning.
Trigger chuckled.
Are you serious? You are the Puppysmiles from the news? The one from the carnival in Salt Cube City? Oh, please, give me a break.
Puppy laughed and smiled too.
That's funny. Why are we laughing?
At the filly's question, the guard chief laughed even louder.
Name's Trigger Happy. You can call me Trigger.
Puppy frowned.
Can I call you Happy?
Sure. Anyhow, I have something for you.
The guard took a yellow piece of plastic and handed it to Puppysmiles.
All right, here's your pass. A griffin by the name of Henrietta was here at noon. She waited until dusk for you, but then she had to move. Before leaving, she bought you the ticket, saying that you were arriving tonight or tomorrow at the worst.
Henry was here? Was she all right?
Yeah, I think. She wasn't very chatty, but then again, I've never met a chatty griffin.
The guard turned on her tail and trotted back to the guard post.
Hey, you better come in. Staying outside this late is unhealthy. And we have some bloodwing issues around here.
What's a bloodwing?
Puppy asked, trotting behind Trigger.
If you ask me, they're just trouble. Think of them as large flying leeches.
The mare snickered and beckoned Puppy inside the guard post. The place was a low building surrounded by sandbags and rusted plates of metal. A couple of miniguns were placed in the front of the windows overlooking the bridge, and there was a stack of ammo boxes stashed in a corner. 3 ponies greeted Puppy with scarce enthusiasm when she followed the mare inside.
Look alive, guys. This is Puppysmiles, the hero of the carnival. As far as I know, she's on our side. So for now, we don't have to fear nothing.
The guard chief snickered.
I'd give my cutie mark to see how Lonesome Pony would react if he knew what his hero really looks like. Anyhow, this is Green Pear, Jammed Gun, and Little Bean.
Hi, I'm Puppysmiles.
The filly trotted towards the trio of ponies. Since her new friends seemed a bit uneasy, she felt like that something more had to be said.
I'm looking for my mom. She's somewhere inside the mountain.
One of the three guards raised an eyebrow and spoke.
Ah, well, that could be a problem.
Day 6. Time? Approximately 9:45 p.m. Location? Tunneltown, Big 52, North Branch.
Wow! It's huge!
Puppy sat in front of the tunnel entrance. It consisted of a large archway high enough to let both ground carts and air wagons for emergencies or maintenance. The entrance was so wide it could have handled passage from both directions at once. The concrete of the tunnel walls ended abruptly 20 meters into the mountain, where a rusted metal bulkhead sealed it. On the door there was a symbol of a white alicorn, but this one seemed more bulky and manly than the goddesses. Around the symbol ran a motto, Solaris Incorporated. Try the alternative. Under the company's slogan, there was a big red symbol suggesting danger that occupied most of the door.
See?
Trigger Happy knocked at the metal door a couple of times.
It's sealed. I'm afraid that your journey ends here, little one.
But my mom is in there! Look at that arrow, see? It points to the door! I have to go inside the mountain! Open it, please!
Puppy put on her best pouting face.
Puppy, please! Miss Happy Pretty Pony!
The guard chief stepped back, frowning.
Wow. Those eyes should be classified as illegal military ordnance. Still, I'm sorry, Puppy. There's just no way inside the tunnel. We've tried our best to reopen it, but as you can see, it's winning the match.
But I really have to go there! My mom is waiting for me!
The filly stubbornly stomped her hooves. The guard named Jammed Gun tapped his chin with a hoof and muttered.
I think TNT said something about getting inside using the vents.
Trigger's eyes widened.
Shh!
She launched an angry stare at her subordinate before quickly turning to Puppy, trying to hide a concerned look under a fake smile.
See? No way inside.
She tried to hold a poker face, but the foal was already frowning.
Vents? What are the vents? Please, I'll do anything. I have this!
Puppy produced one of the tank shells from the military base. This one had a black band around its head.
See? It's shiny and super duper nice. If you let me go inside, I'll give it to you. Deal?
Puppy, it's dangerous. I can't let a foal trot to certain death. I'm sorry.
The foal stepped back, on the verge of tears now.
I'm not afraid, and you're unfair. If it was your mom that was closed inside, you would already be opening that stupid door. And
The filly bucked the door.
I can't stop now. She is there. She must be there.
Jammed stepped next to Trigger and whispered.
Why not let her in? After all, she's already saved 2 towns. Besides, I don't think she's just a foal.
The unicorn guard sighed before she replied.
We don't know what's going on inside the tunnel right now, but I'd like you to recall the day the door closed. I clearly remember the ponies trapped inside, hitting the door and begging for help. The sound of the guns and the voices screaming in pain and terror.
Trigger softly bumped Jam's forehead with a hoof.
Look at her. Maybe she's not your average little pony, but she's a kid, and I am not sending kids to clear minefields.
The stallion guard looked into his chief's eyes.
Do you think she'll give up that easily? If she really is the famous ghost, I bet there will be nothing that can stop her.
Trigger Happy face hoofed.
Are you really falling for those fairy tales? Please, get real. She's just a filly with a full enviro suit and mild radiation poisoning.
In the meantime, Puppy was still standing in front of the door, muttering by herself.
I'm not a foal. I'm a big pony. I've made a balloon fly.
The filly frowned, and suddenly a new idea hit her, making her smile cunningly.
Say, Mr. Voice, what is this vent they're talking about?
Vent. Ventilation system. Device used to move fresh air inside closed spaces. In the case of a tunnel, it consists of a long web of passages that take air from the outside and pump it inside using fans and small ducts large enough to let a single pony crawl through for maintenance. The more you know.
So, there are other doors to go inside the mountain from where the air gets in?
Asked the foal, trying to translate what she had just been told.
Affirmative. Loading local maps. Solaris Inc. Tunnel north 2 degrees. Analyzing technical blueprints. Warning. Part of the blueprints are not available due to military restrictions. Loading section A01, A02, and A03. Loading maintenance tunnel blueprints. Analyzing. Elaborating route. Maintenance hatch A01 through A04. Set as new waypoint.
The pink arrow disappeared from the compass and appeared again, pointing to a new direction. A grin appeared on Puppysmiles' muzzle. Once again, she outsmarted her rivals. Day 6. Time? Approximately 10:15 p.m. Location? Tunneltown, Big 52, North Branch.
And I'm saying that I've never seen a pony survive inside a sealed suit for more than 3 days, and your kid seems a bit too fine to be normal.
Jammed Gun pointed a hoof at the empty place where Puppy was supposed to be. Then he looked at the empty place and realized that something was missing. Something the size and color of Puppysmiles.
What the hey?
Trigger Happy jumped on her hooves, looking around frantically.
She was here moments ago. Why didn't you keep an eye on her?
Oh, so it was my job to watch the yellow glowing pony lamp. And what were you supposed to do?
Jammed snickered.
See? Exactly what I was saying. You can't stop the ghost of the Big 52.
She's not a ghost. Stop blabbering.
Trigger Happy waved a hoof, dismissing the idea. But her companion kept talking.
Now please, Happy, listen to me for a moment. This place is getting worse every day. When we were kids, we used to play outside, and the Big 52 had way less slavers and bandits. The tribes were strong enough to keep order.
The stallion sighed.
Don't you miss those days, Happy?
The mare looked down, sadness filling her eyes with a dim shadow of tears.
Yeah, but at the time, it was a lot easier. The tunnel was still open and Sun City was a civilized place. Now the Big 52 is just a bunch of detours and dangerous trails.
Yeah, I know. So I was wondering this. They say that everything has a spirit, right?
Jammed Gun was trying hard to explain a thing that was quite clear in his head, but not very easy to throw down in words.
It's like a city. A city is more than the ponies that live in it. The efforts of the community and the hopes of the family sustain each other, feeding a common will that makes you feel as if the whole place is alive.
Yeah, it's called community. So what?
Happy looked at the stallion with a dubious expression.
I really hope you're going somewhere with this because we have a lost filly right now.
So even the Big 52 is something like that, right? I mean, the Red Trotters, the White Apples, the Sand Sweepers, and all the other tribes. Maybe they're separated, but they all live on the same long route from the ridges to the Emerald Shores. We're all on the same road, and we are all citizens of the Big 52.
Jammed Gun raised a hoof pointing north, then arching to south in a slow movement.
Salt Cube City belongs to the White Apples, yes, but the Big 52 belongs to every pony that lives along it.
This is a very poetic idea. Still, I can't see how this will help us to find Puppy.
I'm almost there. We both had the same feeling. You know, that the Big 52 is dying. Slowly but inexorably sliding into the same horrors as the rest of Equestria. And suddenly, bang! This ghost appears and starts solving all the problems that vexed us for years. The Red Trotters were slowly giving up. The carnival was killing more than just a foal per year. It was killing hope. Once I heard a trader say that the mares of the tribe refused to have foals because they were scared to lose them. And the ghouls. Do you know how many caravans traveled only as far as Exchange Station Badlands because making the trip to downtown wasn't worth the additional escort?
Well, yes, okay, but I don't think that a foal can.
Trigger was interrupted by Jammed.
And I think she can.
Jammed Gun was dead serious.
Think about that griffin today. Did you see her eyes? She had this light, as if things sucked for a lifetime, but finally they were going to be better. She had hope, and she showed gratitude. Think about this, Happy. How many ponies in this sinkhole value gratitude? Maybe some years ago it was still common to think of other ponies as something other than a potential threat. Nowadays, if you don't have the pass, you aren't given even a chance.
You are just a dreamer and a stupid pony, Jam. If you have a problem, you can't just wait for some pony else to come and solve it for you. You have to face it and work hard in order to earn something.
The mayor looked away at the ever-clouded sky.
But I have to admit that on one thing you were right. That filly does not know when to give up. I think I know where she's headed, and Luna curse my soul if I'm letting her wander into trouble.
Day 6. Time? Approximately 10:15 p.m. Location? Solaris Tunnel. Tunneltown. A metallic sound echoed through the ventilation ducts. The whole place was pitch black except for a dim light that was formed around Puppy's eyes and the helmet's HUD. For the filly, it was more than enough to see where she was going. After all, she was following the arrow. She couldn't be wrong.
So, when I find Mom, I'm hugging her super strong. Then she'll kiss me and we'll be together forever.
The filly was reviewing the vital passages of her new plan.
Because this time she didn't move away. Right, Mr. Voice?
Negative. There is a 99.9% probability that your female parent will not be present in our condition to...
Hey, don't even try that. A positive attitude is everything.
Puppy stopped for a moment and looked around.
Hey, did you hear that? Like some pony calling?
The filly took a deep breath.
I'm here! Where are you?
The sound of Puppy's voice echoed for a lifetime in the dark and lifeless tunnels before dying. A distant voice seemed to reply, but Puppy couldn't hear it very well.
Where is this voice coming from?
Analyzing. White noise and distortion are too high. Impossible to determine the source of origin.
Oh well, then let's move.
Trotting away, Puppy found herself looking down from a grate. Just below her, there was a black and bottomless void ready to devour anything.
Why is the arrow pointing down now?
Loading instructions. You need to reach the main tunnel, ground level, in order to proceed. Maintenance gate A01 through 001 is the nearest passage to reach the next section of the tunnel.
Day 6. Time? Approximately 10:15 p.m. Location? Tunneltown. Big 52, North Branch.
I don't give a fuck about your opinion, Jam. Now give me that light helmet and help me with that checklist.
Trigger Happy was wearing a worn-out maintenance suit equipped with a wide variety of tools. Jam Gun sighed, trying to appear annoyed. It wasn't very hard to sense that he was worried to death.
As you wish, Happy, but please come back.
Trigger snorted, then looked away.
The list.
The stallion sighed again and shook his head.
Rope.
Check.
Batteries.
Check.
Canteen.
Check.
Shotgun and slugs.
Check, check.
Common sense.
Hey, stop playing around.
Jam Gun snapped. This time he just couldn't keep it inside.
Stop trying to kill yourself, Happy. You're a good shot and an action pony, but you're still a pony. You could get killed, and I don't want to lose you.
The mare cocked her head.
Lose me? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I love you, Trigger Happy. Since we were just little more than foals, why do you think I enrolled in the guards instead of keeping Pa's Tavern? Please, don't go, or at least let me come with you.
Trigger tilted her head back, frowning.
You mean you had a crush on me for like 12 years and never said a single word to me? Even when Black Hat and I...
Trigger shook her head.
You've got to be kidding me. This is another fucking joke, isn't it?
Jammed Gun sat down, lowering his eyes.
I wish it was, but you can be really cruel sometimes. And I'm a shy guy, you know? But I can't just watch you kill yourself over a ghost.
She's not a ghost. Why do you have to be this stupid? She's a little fool and she's in danger.
Happy grimaced.
Since she's not coming back, I'm going inside to get her, and I'll spank her so hard that she will never do a thing like this again.
The mayor paused for a moment.
Oh, and I'm sorry, but after Black Hat, I'm more into fillies than colts. We should talk about this when I get back. Is that list done?
Gun's jaw hung open for a few seconds before he regained control and slowly nodded.
Sweet. I'll be back soon.
The guard crawled inside the maintenance tunnel, disappearing into the darkness.
Great. I got dumped. 12 years to find the guts to spit it out, and I got dumped. Fuck. I'm out of here. Maybe Little Bean didn't finish all that wild Pegasus.
The stallion turned on his tail and began walking away, stopping one last time, only to whisper,
Please, come back all in one piece.
Day 6. Time? Approximately 10:30 p.m. Location? Solaris Tunnel, Tunneltown.
Warning, you are doing it wrong.
Puppy was jumping up and down on the ventilation grate. That, after a minute of this treatment, had begun to crack. A bolt detached from the frame and fell into the black nothingness underneath.
Don't worry. When the grate falls, I'll jump away super fast. What could go wrong? After all, I'm Space Captain Andromeda. Ah! Owie!
Repair spell activated.
Day 6. Time? Approximately 10:30 p.m. Location? Solaris Tunnel, Tunneltown. Trigger Happy slowly crawled down the maintenance tunnel, searching for some sign of Puppy's passage. The unicorn guard was quite sure that the filly entered the tunnels from the same hatch she did, but that place was a hell of a labyrinth. Luckily enough, she had chalk and some decent light. Passing above a ventilation grate, the mare stopped to look down the main tunnel 15 meters below. The grate creaked dangerously under her weight, but it held.
Sweet mother of Luna.
Right below Trigger, there was the first trait of the tunnel, not far from the metal doors that separated it from the town. Piles of bones were amassed on the ground, as if about 24 ponies were corralled there and were executed on the spot. It was truly horrible. Trigger could still remember the day the doors closed. It was an ordinary day of 10 years ago. She had just begun her career as the town guard and still had to take tunnel patrol duty. Though, of course, she had already been through many times before. The passage connected Tunneltown to Trade Station Tunnel South, and it was the only way to get past Sugartop Mountain besides the pass. But the pass was a dangerous way to go on clear days and practically suicide if it rained. If you wanted to reach the northern branch of the Big 52 from the south, you had to trot 6 kilometers underground and pay good caps for it, too. Then the doors slammed shut. There were no warnings, nor telltale signs, and worst of all, there seemed to be no reason. Simply, the thick, gigantic bulkheads fell from the ceiling and sealed the tunnel, with all the ponies that were inside at the moment. For about an hour, ponies on both sides of the doors tried to open them, but suddenly, those inside started screaming and beating on the metal, begging to let them in. It was at that point there had come gunshots, the roar of 24 machine guns that put a stop to their screaming. After that day, only silent darkness dwelt in the tunnel. At first, a couple of adventurers tried to get inside and hack the doors, but they never came back. With time, the ponies of Tunneltown resigned to this turning of events and worked hard to make the pass a little safer. Many ponies died trying to exterminate the predators' nests along the path, and they built a couple of shacks on the trail. But the caravans today were less than a fifth of the ones that used to pass when the tunnel was open. Tunneltown was slowly dying. Those skeletons below were just the first victims of this senseless tragedy. And maybe they were also the lucky ones. At least their end was fast. Suddenly, the sound of machine guns echoed in the tunnel. Trigger rubbed her ears to be sure that she wasn't hallucinating. But the guns kept firing.
Fuck. Too late. That poor filly. Why did Jam have to make me lose so much time? If I'd been faster, Puppy could still be... Wait, why do they keep firing?
The machine guns were still roaring off in the distance as if they were fighting something rather than simply slaughtering it. Maybe the foal found some shelter, and the security turrets couldn't hit her. Maybe it wasn't too late. After all, as long as those guns kept firing, it meant Puppy hadn't been killed. Trigger took the screwdriver and the rope from her utility saddle.
Hold on, little one. Big Sis is coming for you.
Day 6. Time: approximately 10:45 p.m. Location: Solaris Tunnel, Tunneltown. Puppy trotted toward an abandoned cart in the middle of the road. The filly tried sniffing it a bit, but it was a bit difficult since she was wearing a helmet.
This place is full of cool stuff, like food, toys, and those noisy guns that every pony is carrying around these days. Maybe it's some sort of super big closet.
The little pony shrugged.
Very well, let's find Mom.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch!
A boisterous voice echoed in the tunnel, making Puppy turn her head.
Oh, hi there. I'm Puppysmiles.
A robot as large as a pony in heavy armor stood in front of the filly. It had the Solaris Inc. brand on its flanks, and a couple of firearms attached to each side.
Surrender now and be annihilated!
Puppy giggled.
Silly robot. It's surrender or be oh, whatever.
The robot opened fire, hitting the cart and the filly in yellow with no less than a dozen projectiles. Now, a rapid-fire gun uses small-caliber bullets that have a decent piercing power, but are nothing special when it comes to dismembering things. Puppy looked down at the holes in her suit as a thin tread of pink smoke snaked out into the air.
Hey, I was using this spacesuit. Oh, I get it now. You're a bully bot.
Raising a hoof, the foal stared at the machine.
I don't like bully bots. Rock.
The security bot sprayed another salvo of bullets at the foal, who charged it with the Rock of Destiny floating at her side. When the gun stopped to reload, Puppy jumped at its head, hitting its faceplate with all of her might with a stone. The foal was getting good at hitting things. In fact, after just 3 consecutive strikes in the same place, the glassy visor of the robot cracked, revealing its sensor bay, which was then destroyed in a single hit. The machine stopped functioning almost immediately.
And stop bullying fillies, dumb robot.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Another 2 sentinels opened fire at Puppy, although at that distance they pretty much missed her.
More bullies? Very well. I have something for you too, stupid bullies.
A hail of bullets almost tore away one of the foal's hind legs. But with Puppy, almost wasn't good enough, and the wound simply slowed her.
Don't you know that I'm a nice filly and I always try to behave? You are making me not behave, and I'm going to get in trouble for this.
With the Rock of Destiny in her hoof, she was already on the second robot, cracking its visor. 3 other sentinels arrived, emptying their barrels into the rumble, but the foal was way smaller than the robots, and their friendly fire destroyed another machine with just the sheer volume of bullets.
Aren't you listening? Are you stupid or what?
Puppy jumped onto another robot, springing off the carcass of her last victim. Tracers zipped all around and through her while the suit rang out every sort of alarm. Puppy? No, she didn't care. She just kept going.
Fillies are made of sugar.
Landing on the robot's face, she hit the top of its head, piercing it with her weapon in just 5 strikes. In the meantime, one of the 2 remaining robots ran out of ammo.
Spice and...
Puppy got a hoof inside the hole she had made using the Rock of Destiny, and pulled out all the cables and circuitry she could. Something in the robot crackled and sparked as it emptied what was left of its magazines all around, destroying the remaining 2 sentinels, then shutting itself down.
everything nice.
The foal at last found some time to breathe while the smoke of the burning wreckage dispersed a little, mixing itself with the pink gas that leaked from the holes in her suit. Her ears still rang with the sound of firearms, while a pink goo dripped from the large tears, evaporating as soon as it touched the ground, and mixing again with the cloud around her. The pink cloud, as usual, didn't dissolve, instead forming a thick curtain of smoke around the ghoul, and slowly beginning to vanish only when the holes in the suit were mended. The repairing was almost done when a familiar voice called for Puppy's name.
Hold on, Puppy. Almost there.
The sound of galloping hooves echoed in a large gallery, and in the pink, eerie light cast by the ghoul appeared Trigger Happy's silhouette.
Hi, Miss Pretty Pony. Did you fall from the ceiling too?
The mare ignored Puppy's question and rushed to her, hitting the filly on the top of the helmet.
You stupid, silly pony.
Tears ran along the guard's muzzle.
Oh, you're alive, thanks, Celestia. I was so worried. But why the hell did you run away?
Trigger Happy hugged Puppysmiles.
Now we go back to Tunneltown. Your mom can't be here. See? These are just abandoned carts and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 destroyed Sentinel robots?
Trigger blinked, a bit stumped.
You just single-hoofedly destroyed 6 Sentinels?
Aw, please don't tell Mom. Puppy, please.
The foal's eyes were 2 pink watery lights in the surrounding darkness.
Are you kidding me? How did you do that?
The guard pointed at the carcasses of the robots.
I mean, 6 Sentinels and not a single scratch?
Puppy showed Trigger the Rock of Destiny.
They were bullying me. I told them to quit, but they had those noisy things and kept being mean. Mom doesn't want me to beat other ponies. Please, when we find Mom, don't tell her. Puppy, please.
The unicorn studied the damage on the robots.
These 3 were shot, but the other 3, you actually stoned them to death.
Happy just stared at Puppy.
What are you?
The filly tilted her head, a bit confused.
I'm Puppysmiles?
Please, give me a break. I heard the firefight from the tunnel's entrance. You can't just stand there unwounded and smiling like a ghost?
Realization finally hit Trigger Happy, like a 10-ton anvil. She wasn't an educated mare, but she'd heard a lot of stories from the traders and their guards.
You're a Canterlot ghoul.
Yes. I'm from Canterlot. Actually, I'm from Cloverleaf Terrace, but even if it's downhill, it's still Canterlot, you know?
Happy backpedaled another couple of meters as she noticed the last ribbons of pink smoke vanishing in the dark air and suddenly felt very, very itchy. In a rush of panic, she downed a healing potion in a single gulp and backed off even further. Puppy looked at the unicorn and frowned.
Is something wrong, Miss Happy Pretty Pony?
This is ridiculous. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be talking with me now.
Trigger's eyes betrayed her fear.
You're just a what? A monster? A walking dead? A ghost? Shut the fuck up, Happy. She's a kid. She talks like a kid and acts like a kid. And I made it all this way to save Puppysmiles, and I won't go back without this filly.
The guard found the courage to put on a smile for the perplexed filly.
You're just a little lost, but I'm sure that I'll figure a way to help you if we go back to town.
But I can't.
Puppy stomped a hoof on the ground.
But Mom is here. The arrow says that I must keep trotting in that direction. Please don't take me back. I'm almost there. I need my mom.
I don't know if this is really so important for you. I guess that if you promise to be really cautious, we could try to go down a little bit further. There were some other destroyed sentinels along the tunnel, but maybe these were the last functioning ones.
Yay!
Day 6. Time, approximately 11 p.m. Location, Solaris Tunnel, Tunneltown.
Please state your identification code and personal password.
This had to be the mother of all sentinels. It was at least as tall as 3 ponies, and had a payload of weapons that made the average Steel Ranger look like a toy. Hell, Trigger Happy couldn't even name some of the weapons that thing had.
We should go back, Puppy.
No, wait. I know this guessing game. It's a genie.
The foal cleared her throat.
FT 0 0 1 6 5 RD C 1 G A.
There was a long pause. Trigger readied herself to grab Puppy and run like she'd never run before.
Please state your passcode for this ID.
The filly smiled and declared merrily.
Hi, I'm Puppysmiles.
Without even waiting for a reply, the guard mare hauled the foal on her back and started running.
Whee!
Puppy wasn't exactly sure of what was going on, but she was riding another pony. And riding other ponies was always fun.
ID accepted. First class technician rainy days. Access to maintenance tunnel section granted. Please do not enter into red marked areas without a Solaris pass card.
Happy abruptly stopped, almost sending her passenger flying across the tunnel. The filly grabbed onto the guard's neck, and the two ponies found themselves looking into each other's eyes. Puppy was smiling.
That was fun. Let's do it again. I like piggyback rides. Hey, why are you putting me down?
The unicorn sighed and then put the foal on the ground, patting her on top of the helmet.
Don't worry, I'll give you another ride, but for now I guess the sentry's letting us go in.
Well, sure. I said the magic words.
Puppy trotted to the metal doors behind the towering robot and tried pushing them. As soon as she touched the metal, the reinforced door slid open, revealing a corridor lit with dim flickering lights. A distant voice repeated long sequences of emergencies in a dull tone.
Warning. Primary power source cut off. Emergency shutdown procedure engaged. Warning. Intruders in the sectors from A01 to A03. Warning. Security robots not responding. Warning. Comm station offline. Warning.
Puppy sighed.
Aw, another whiny bot.
Come again?
Trigger tilted her head.
You know, whiny bots.
The blank stare from the guard made Puppy sigh.
Ugh, I really have to teach you everything. There are 3 types of robots. Fun bots. They are friendly and funny, like Miss Voice or Questioner. Then there are bully bots that are nasty and not so funny. Usually I have to break those, and I really, really hope that Mom won't spank me for this. And there are whiny bots. They can only whine because everything is wrong, like Mr. Voice and...
Negative. I am not a whiny bot. I am an advanced pony machine interface designed for...
Yeah, sure. I was talking with Happy. Could you please wait a moment?
The voice from the suit stopped, while Trigger Happy stared at the filly in disbelief.
What? Are you wearing a talking suit?
Yeah, and he's smart. But don't even try that joke smarter than you. And then I say yes, and then you laugh.
The guard frowned.
Hey, what kind of pony do you think I am? I was just surprised, that's all.
Okie dokie then. This is a super smart spacesuit that talks and tells me where my mom is. I follow him and usually find a lot of friends. And some not-so-friendly ponies. But we still have to find Mom. Maybe this time we'll be lucky. Oh yeah, his name is Mr. Voice.
Puppy smiled and waited for her reaction.
Yeah, whatever. So that thing works more or less like a very large pit buck. I guess this explains a lot of things, like how the hey you knew where the ventilation shaft was.
The mare sighed before continuing.
All right, little one, where now?
Day 7. Time? Approximately 1 a.m. Location? Solaris Tunnel, Tunnel Town. Long story short, it took a little more than an hour for the two ponies to reach an old rusted generator room and make the geothermal turbines run again. Luckily enough, it was just a matter of cables cut by a fallen steel beam. With some salvaging and jury-rigging, mostly done by Trigger Happy, the electricity was now running along the cables again.
Okay, let's see. Yes, the elevator's working again. We can go up now.
The unicorn mare cleaned the sweat from her face and pushed open the elevator doors.
Yay! I'm going to see Mom! Thank you so much, Miss Happy!
The guard smiled weakly. She didn't believe that Puppy's mother really was somewhere near this place. But she was proved wrong so many times already today.
Maybe a little positive thinking is just what we needed after all. Good. We just have to hit the attic and see ourselves.
The elevator ran for more than a minute, tormenting the two passengers with really lousy music that made Happy regret restarting the generators. When the doors opened again, there was a room with a whole wall made up of windows. There were large screens everywhere. It was the tunnel maintenance control, and it hung above Sugartop Mountain from a panoramic position that let Trigger see all the northern plains, even the darkness of the ever-clouded night. Puppy trotted around for a bit. It wasn't a very large place, but it had a lot of metal tables with terminals on them, and some large mainframes stuck in a wall that could have actually hidden a pony. But the room was clearly empty, and Trigger wasn't completely sure that just calling Mom louder was going to make her magically appear.
Puppy, I don't think she's here.
The filly turned her head towards the mare, and for just a moment, she felt a block of ice paralyzing her guts. Those eyes, so angry, so desperate, so empty. It lasted for just a moment, but now the unicorn knew exactly how the filly had been able to overcome 6 sentinels with a rock.
Never cross her if you value your life. Maybe she moved away.
Puppy lowered her eyes and sighed.
Yeah, maybe. Last time she left some voice thingy that said she was coming here. Miss Voice could help a little with that.
The foal was trying to smile again. That little ghost was full of anger, but she fought it with optimism.
How long is this going to last? How long before she loses hope? And what will happen then?
Mr. Voice, we need a professional. Call Miss Voice.
Footnote. Level up. Level 6. New perk added. Hard rock. Okay, you got a new rock. Now show us how bad you are with it. When using rocks, you ignore an additional 10 points of a target's damage threshold.
Rush Limbaugh here. Telling you about today's newest story. Barack Obama apparently is a lizard man.
You feel like a Joker, just like an old Joker.
Have you ever listened to his show? He does the mouth. He's like,
That is so good.
like in between words, he'll be like, so today on the Rush Show, we're talking about.
It's so weird to hear that in my ears. It's like,
Okay, all right, let's do. Negative. There's a 99.9 probability. 99.9 probability.
You could say one of them. Oh my God, are you okay?
All right. Repairs. I smelled my own fart and it completely distracted me.
I was like looking at you like,
I was like,
you can go.
Oh God.
Staring at me as you're breathing deeply.
Okay. All right. Repair spell activated. Repair spell activated. Repair spell activated. Repair spell. Oh. What the
You're just like,
What the
instantly just want to make it worse.
What the Slowly but I tried. Slowly but extraordinary.
Can I call you Falapi?
Floppy?
What the fuck? What the blood? But I really have to. Fuck.
Okay.
So, when I find Mom, I'm hugging her super strong.
What about that made you laugh? I don't understand.
I'll kiss her and we'll be together
No.
forever.
Too late, you've already fucked up.
I'm sorry.
No!
No!
Oh my God.
They were bullying me. I told them to quit, but they had those noisy things and they kept being mean. Mom doesn't want me to be Damn it.
So close.
I'm sorry.
It was so good, though.
I tried. Mom is here. The arrow system.
Ooh, you good?
Excuse me. I don't know where that came from.
Oh, it's so cute.
Shut up!
Are you all right?
It's just a flaky with, or
You said
A flake.
flaky.
it's a flaky case of radiation poisoning. Glowing eyes. It's a flake. It's a frosted flake.
Yeah, indeed.
It's just a filly with a pair of glowing eyes. Probably caused by a metal case of radiation. Oh my gosh. Damn it! Are you serious? You are the Puppysmiles from the news? The one from the carnival and Salt Clue. Oh,
Oh, that was so,
Ah!
that was so close. Oh, you almost
Dang
got
it!
it. So good.
I was trying. I was like, don't say clue, don't say clue, don't say clue. And I say it. Flirt. Oh my gosh. What the heck?
Sure turned into fleur. Air flare.
Sure. Anyhow, I have something for Fleur. Oh my God. Come on! Neater, fly by a wiener.
Note to self, wait until you're completely serious before I hit record.
I'm trying.
That's gonna go. You just waited.
Sorry.
Completely silent.
It doesn't
I
help.
hit the record button.
I know, but it doesn't help that I have to kicker. What? Flicker. No. Snicker. So I'm trying to get myself ready to laugh, and then it held too long. Puppy, it's shiny. Oh my gosh! Wow. It's not. Oh, it's shiny.
The line is puppy, it's dangerous.
The door's shiny, okay?
Somehow translated that to puppy, it's shiny.
Puppy, it's shiny like the door.
Good job.
I don't give a fluck. Oh my gosh.
Language, young lady. Oh my god.
Fluck.
Ah!
Sweet mother of tuna. Oh gosh. Oh wow.
Almost. Really close. There's not a T there.
That poor fishy. Oh my gosh.
You and fish today.
I don't even like fish. What the? Now we just go back to funky. Oh my gosh. Funky down. Funk
Oh,
uptown.
you're struggling tonight. Whenever you're ready to go, you can just go.
Sorry. Now we go back to fun. Oh my. You just single-hoofedly destroyed sex sentinels. Oh my gosh.
You destroyed the sex sentinel. Oh no! The sex sentinel! You finally have destroyed their reign of terror!
Hey, what kind? Fuck!
Today's episode is brought to you by Ocean Water.